do that. Then I'm going to introduce and do a short dialogue with Filippo di Lenardo, which I just got him on because I love to say his name so much. He's getting so good at it now. You might not know, but Filippo is Italian and comes to us from Berlin. We had him on yesterday. We'll talk more. And what he has, I think, is revolutionary and incredibly relevant to what we're doing in terms of how we are bridging, acting as like human bridges between between our highest passions in the marketplace. So we'll talk more about that. He's actually going to give us a short overview of his product, and so we're gonna hop in. So, as you all know, some more through more time than others, we are interested in. I've just been taping videos all week, and I say we want to connect with our deepest passions, which set our hearts on fire, with the best business practices that set the marketplace on fire. And so anytime we can find something that sometimes we end up toggling back and forth between like higher issues or internal issues, transcendent issues, life issues, and business issues. And Filippo's done a phenomenal job of creating an offering, in the process, creating an offering that really spans that. And Filippo, I'm just gonna have, rather than me tell him, you tell him what you do, and then we'll have him show you what you do. But enough to say that what the challenge that all of us face every day is, what do I do in this moment that best serves, what's mine to do in this moment? We talk about what's mine to do. I'm sorry, Filippo, I got the wind at my back now. I gotta go. But it's like, we're always talking about, what's mine to do in life? What's mine, what am I here to do? But then it's also like, what's mine to do in this moment in my workday? What's actually best to do in this moment? And this is something we're all challenged by, and Filippo has dedicated his business to that. So that's probably a good lead. And tell us what you do.
First of all, hello to everyone. Nice to see you all. What do I do? Well, I think, managing ourselves and our day is no easy task. On average, our brain experiences something like 20,000 moments in a day. And so inevitably, sometimes we start with our best intentions, but then life takes over and we sometimes forget, our best intentions. And so the idea for us really is, how can we kind of bring the best of the Eastern and Western philosophies, which are so empowering, into a product that is designed to serve our productivity and well-being in the day, in our daily lives. And so what we're building, because the work in progress, is basically a new type of personal management system that is inspired by the neuroscience of well-being and productivity. And the goal is to help people improve, not just their time management, but also their energy management, but also at the same time boost their mental and emotional well-being in the flow of their day. And ultimately also help them reach a healthier work-life balance, so that they can win both in their professional and personal space. And that's kind of, let's say, in a short way, what we do, what we're trying to achieve with our product.
So it struck me, and then I think the best way is to show what you do, and give us, just helps a lot, is that it's like, I mentioned yesterday, I get up and I say, okay, I just had a great meditation. I'm at my peak. What's mine to do right now? Do I eat the frog, like Stacy said, do the hardest thing and get out of the way? Do I do something that's more, more creative in this moment? So this is what we're facing, moment to moment, and all the different factors that come into determining that, how urgent, what are my life goals? So anyway, that's what I see as the kind of the challenge that you help us face. So why don't you show us what you built, and then we're going to break out into groups with a particular question.
Okay, sure. So I'll share my screen. This is a demo of what we're building, right? So the product is not ready yet, but it should be ready in a month, but it should give you a good understanding of kind of direction we're taking. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
You see it full screen? I don't. Yeah, now I do. Okay, so the idea is, it's a web app, right? So it's kind of on your when you open your laptop, the idea is to kind of incentivize you to go inside and kind of check in with yourself so you can start your day. So first thing that it asks you is, how are you feeling about your day ahead? And here we wanted to kind of simplify the process by creating a matrix where we kind of identify your feeling great, feeling bad in terms of an emotional level, and then energy wise. And this is important on two levels: A, for you to connect with yourself, great self-awareness, and also for the system to understand, how you're approaching your day, so that we can kind of, understand how to best support you. So let's say I'm not feeling that great for some reason. And then on a basically, on a fundamental level, it's like any other, kind of to-do list, task management. So if you're familiar with the Trellos, Asana, or even Google Calendar, so it's just a traditional task manager. And the idea is that you can raise activities like any other to-do list. So let's say call with Jason. The difference is that we kind of ask, how inspiring and difficult that is. And what that does, then it kind of gives you immediate feedback to see how your day is looking. So it's a way to kind of, help you connect with yourselves, but at the same time, the system understand how your day is looking and also give you that kind of feedback. And the idea is, like any other activity, you can sort of raise tasks. I'm just going to take you through a quick one if you want to put in more detail. So it gets a bit, like traditional stuff, like prepare a monthly report for Coca-Cola. You can put tags. You can say how long you want to, get it done by. And that's very important to set intentionality in terms of time, because one of the things that we actually are really, to-do lists are really bad at, is the fact that we're bad at estimating how long it will take us to do things. And so kind of putting that goal really helps improve our time management. So the idea is that I can, drag and drop whatever it is that maybe is not a deadline that I want to do today. And then once I'm ready, I click optimize my schedule. And what the system does, it kind of basically helps you prioritize your daily tasks based on how you're feeling and the complexity of your tasks. And it's kind of like setting you on a journey for today to help you be, more effective, productive, but also sustainable. So it will kind of, schedule in little breaks for you, provide you motivational boosts to really kind of help you manage yourself throughout the day in a more effective and hopefully meaningful way. And then what it does, it kind of, transforms your to-do list basically into a daily calendar, so that you can be more effective in your time management. So that's one of the things that's called time blocking, and is very powerful and simple technique in some ways. And then the idea is also to kind of bring that kind of work-life balance and, your deepest passion. So as you can see here, there are some activities that, and I'll show you how that works, but the idea is to kind of bring in those activities that you've identified that are meaningful for your personal fulfillment. And our algorithm kind of works out what are the most likely activities that you could be doing to bring the right balance to your day, based on how you're feeling and how your day is looked like. So I can go and accept, and or I can, not accept, but then change it on. And so that's basically the way it works. So it's kind of like trying to inspire you to kind of climb that mountain, to look at your day as an opportunity, as a journey. And the way it works is, these are the wish lists. So these are all the activities that you want to reach for your personal fulfillment, and you can kind of, raise them individually. And basically what it does is, let's say I want to do UX course. If I actually want to tell the algorithm or the system to notify me and to help me find time in my week to do it, I can say yes. If not, I can just switch it off. And the idea is to kind of, there are multiple areas of your life, but we kind of help you identify what are the most important for you. So let's say I want to look after my well-being. Let's say I'd love to, meditate, and I don't need to fill all this up. I mean, the more I do it, the more I give details. So let's say I want to do it once a day. I can be indicating exactly when I want to do this. If I have duration of time, again, it's not mandatory. One important thing we ask though is, like, what part of you are you nurturing by doing this? And this is very important, because then it helps the system understand how can we bring balance and purpose to your day by looking at it from a holistic perspective. So in this case, let's say it's for my mind, my mind and heart. Then again, you say how easy and difficult it is, and then you're done. Now, this, of course, you can do at your own pace. You don't need to do it all at once. And it's more like kind of a weekly goal. So then the system knows what your goals are. And the goal of the system is to help you complete them by kind of knowing your schedule and how you're feeling. So then, your day goes by, and the idea is to provide you support into the flow of your day. So let's say you have an activity coming up at 10, it's a call, it's important, and maybe you need to take a little break because you've been working nonstop. So it kind of says, hey, your activity is coming up. Let's take a recharge break. So you can click, let's do it. And here is just a simple example, give you a little breathing exercise to help you balance yourself out so you can gain more clarity. And the idea is to always give a scientific angle so that it's not just spiritually nice, but also, effective for your own productivity. And then if you want to, again, it's not mandatory, you can reflect on that activity once you've done, if you want to. And what that does is it helps you identify the opportunity for improvement. And what that does is the system starts learning what you want to improve. So then it will nudge you and kind of connect you with what it is that you can improve next time. So for example, let's say I have an X activity coming up, and then now the system, what it will do, according, let's say it's a similar situation, it will actually remind you of what you said you were going to do to improve the performance. So it kind of is, you are in your own loop to kind of help you improve your own performance and be more mindful of what it is that will be meaningful for you to achieve. And again, it could just be a nudge and that's it. Or if you want to go in and actually reflect or identify key actions you want to take before your activity to focus, you can go ahead and do it. And then as you go out throughout the day, the system will kind of understand how you're doing, and it will also encourage you maybe to check in to see how you're feeling. And if it sees that, let's say you're having a pretty bad day, maybe it will suggest you another activity that you could be doing that maybe you identified that is important for you, because let's say that maybe yoga requires a lot of effort and you're quite frankly not feeling that great. So what the system does, it suggests you another activity that you could be doing so you can kind of win regardless of how your day is look like. And you can, of course, accept it or not.